sales because they have lots of marketing. The second thing it shows me is is a couple of articles talking about the possibility that with Ballmer, with Ballmer selling $2 billion worth of stock, and also at the very same time he hears about the numbers of sales for the phone, which Microsoft relies on, based on the patent losses. You can see Microsoft is really, really serious. It has to move to phones and therefore to mobile devices in general, ARM-based devices. Based on these two things, him selling the stock and the phone failing, he shows a couple of people who think Ballmer is preparing to leave the company. And I don't know if that's true. I didn't suggest it was true, but I think it's becoming more reasonable for people to have a very good, strong case to say, well, this person has to go, and the shareholders might say that too.
I mean, I said, I think from early this year, my prediction would be by midway next year, Ballmer will either be gone either voluntarily or forcibly. I can't see him being in the company after that time. Certainly not after some of the issues that Microsoft has had over the last year alone. Could I just do a quick quote here? There's Chips kindly gave me a link to an article, and it was by PC World, and they made a few comments of their own in regards to the Windows 7 phone, which they have been testing for a week. And this is quoting them exactly. It says, I spent several days this week reviewing Windows 7 phone device. In the process, I realized Microsoft made even more boneheaded decisions than I thought possible. It goes on, it says, for the first time I got a good look at Windows 7 phone. It had all the earmarks of the end of the line for Microsoft's mobile aspirations. After spending an hour with the beat version of the mobile phone in July, along with a room full of developers, I was shocked, as were they, at how much was missing from the operating system, and thus how incapable it was. And then it goes on to list the features, which I think we've already covered. That's in stark contrast to what we read from the people promoting it on Twitter and other social networking sites.
They might be paid. You have to remember, you probably think I'm being very conspiracy kind of driven here when I say that, but no, this is the way they work, and the way the things have been accumulating in my website is actually links and press releases showing you that these companies that sell services as marketing companies and work for Microsoft, they actually employ people to create what they call buzz marketing or viral marketing, guerrilla marketing, all kinds of things, and they consider it to be appropriate based on precedents or based on the fact people already do that, so they can say, well, everyone's doing it, we can do it as well. They can have agents or people dedicated to trying to supposedly help people who have issues with the phone or say something negative. They're supposed to help them and put help in scary quotes, and they can claim them to be very productive and positive people. But these are marketing people trying to spin or to tilt the tide. And they did the same thing with Kim. They employed lots of marketing people to push things into the press, and that's really saddens me. That I know nowadays, and I've seen enough to know that the way to get a journalist to care about a story enough to actually write about it and to generate lots of press about it is just basically to throw lots of money at the people who push this person or people who ghostwrite for this person and just pass him an article to or her an article to pass around and kind of tinker about with and try and improve that. And if Microsoft is deciding to spend $500 million on promoting Kinect or in this case the phone, it probably is ensured that it will get enough press, even if it's complete, even if it's a brick, they could just promote a brick and people will do their work promoting a brick because they get paid to do that, and they'll do whatever they can to ensure they get a contract afterwards. And it saddens me because it means that lots of small companies and distros, like we talked about before, and Jolly Cloud, they don't have the capital to invest in trying to put it into people's minds that this is the thing and this is the thing they have to try. And lots of people will go for Ubuntu, or they'll just buy from instead of buying the Jolly book, they probably will get some netbook from Acer, or I'm not sure which ones I'm not sure which ones actually sell it always with Linux anymore. I think very few do now.
Well, what we can end on, I just want to end on this. It's one more quote from the same article from PC World. Again, it'll be linked in the show notes. And it just comes under the title, and I think this really sums it all up. Comes under the title, Technology Miss, Windows Phone 7 is highly insecure. By contrast, Windows Phone 7 is less secure than most other mobile OSes, with even fewer security capabilities than Google's Android operating system. And I think when we've heard the sad indictment of all the other features it's missing, it doesn't come much of a shock that PC World would make a comment about the security of the phone as well. And on that rather tragic note, I think we'll move on from Windows Phone 7, if you're in agreement, and look at anything else you might have a link on, if there's anything else you want to cover before we we
had some advice given by readers. They suggest that we try and shorten the show, try to make it a bit more focused, especially if it's a very frequent release. Well, I think this is the third one we do in a row, 3 days in a row. This is the third one. So I think we should even forcibly try to shorten the show sometimes, keep to a certain schedule, leave the debates at the end, and try to centralize the news stories at the start, so a person who's just interested in the news can get the start of the show, knowing that the rest of the show probably will contain more of a debate or a discussion, and not necessarily something that can be unfortunately missed. But I think today we don't have a very special song or very unusual song. We just go back to using the one from Tom Smith.
Yeah. Well, on that note, Roy, I think we'll cut this one short. I hope everybody's enjoyed listening to it. It's certainly more bite-sized than the other shows, so hopefully you'll squeeze in between your dinner time and your final relax on a Sunday evening before your week at work next week. And we'll end, as Roy says, on Tom Smith's I Fought the Troll, and you can find all his great work as usual at tomsmithonline.com. Thanks very much for listening, and hopefully see you again soon.
Friday night and I'm gonna get sauce. I fought the troll and the troll lost. I fought the troll and the troll lost. He tried to boss me and was outbossed. I fought the troll and the troll lost. I fought the troll and the troll lost. Underneath his creeper bridge, hoping goats will cross. Quoting Ashcroft and Tom Ridge, I fought the troll and the troll lost. I fought the troll and the troll lost. He's even dumber than Mickey Coss. I fought the troll and the troll lost. I fought the troll and the troll lost. Wouldn't last 2 minutes with David Frost. I fought the troll and the troll lost. I fought the troll and the troll lost. His worldview sounds like pro wrestling, although not as nuanced. Behind his eyes the wind's whistling. I fought the troll and the troll lost. I fought the troll and the troll lost. I kicked him off of Pentagon and Atrios. I fought the troll and the troll lost. I fought the troll and the troll lost. He's permanently banned from daily cost. I fought the troll and the troll lost. I fought the troll and the troll lost. And in November, W and all his thugs will toss. We'll try to fix America. I fought the troll and the troll lost. I fought the troll and the troll lost. And all you trolls out there trying to aggravate everyone with your stupidity, illogic, and blind, unthinking devotion to the Bush regime, this section is especially for you. I'm not going to name any of you out loud, not wanting to give you even the slightest possible notoriety, but as you sink under the weight of your own asininity into an intellectual La Brea tar pit, you can imagine that I sing your nom de guerre right now and bask in a stolen fame you don't deserve.